Hello, welcome. I'm back. Sorry, and we have today again, Leetcode minimum recolors to get k consecutive black rocks. Sorry, black blocks, right? Black blocks. So basically, the question gives you an input that is blocks, and then it gives you a number k, and we are going to look through blocks and find for the substring of size k, right? Um, which of them has the minimum number of whites, right? Because in the question, right, in one operation, you can change a white block to a black block, and essentially the question wants to have a substring that has k consecutive words. Um, sorry, k consecutive black blocks, right? So, for example, as I was previously saying, you want the substring with what the minimum number of whites, for example. And if you look at the first question, right, we have WBB, WWBB, right? This substring has a size of what K, and it has what three white blocks and four black blocks. So having three white blocks and the white blocks represent the number of recolors, right? Then this gives us what the minimum, which is what three. We have three recolors to do. Basically, there are different substrings of size 7, and we are going to use the sliding window method basically to get each substring. Number one, we have 2 pointers left and right, and then we want to count the substring, which is essentially the minimum number of whites, and that would represent the the number of recolors that we need to do. So if you look at this example, this question for example, right, we have the output of 0 because we have this substring, which is what BB, or even you can have this one also, what second one where it's BB, all of size k, right, where k is equal to 2, where we have no white block. So in this case, right, we have 0 being our minimum. So how are we going to solve this question? We're going to use a sliding window method as previously said. So let's just go into how the coding is. So we want 2 pointers, right? I want the left and the right pointer, and then we want to keep a min, right? So the min is going to keep, um, and it's initially going to be set to positive infinity, right? But our min is going to keep, and it's going to be the minimum number of whites we've seen, or essentially the minimum number of recolors that we need to do, right? And also, I want to keep a count of our white blocks so far, right? In every window, I want to keep um, count of the white blocks you've seen. So basically, have a initial while loop where we have right, where right is less than what the length of blocks, right? Cool. And now we want to write code for basically whenever we meet a right element, right? I want to call the character current, and then it's going to be blocks dot current of what's right. Now if I meet a right, sorry, I meet yeah, exactly, a right or current element, so I want to check if it is white, right? So if it is white, then I want to increase the count of what whites, right? And whites what represent what, as I previously said, the number of recolors that we want to do. So once we are done with that, we have to keep in mind that we do have to move our right pointer, right? So let me do that here. But before it, I'll have to put a bunch of conditions, right? So I want to first check if our substring is greater than the size of k, right? And the way we get the substring is to use the 2 pointers, right? So use the left pointer and the right pointer. The difference between them plus one, because we're dealing with zero indexing. The difference between them plus one is going to give us the size of the substring. Now, if that size is greater than k, right? So if I write minus left plus one, if that is greater than k, then I want to move my left pointer, right? And when I'm moving my left pointer, I also have to check what if we've met any whites, right? So I want to call the current left point and the current character with that left pointer. What I want to call it left car, right? So it's blocks car left, right? And then I want to check if our left character basically. I want to check if it is white. If it is white, then I would decrement, right? Because we are closing our window. I want to decrement the count of whites, right? And then basically we just want to increase our left. And once that is done, that's fine. And now just before we increase our right pointer, I want to check if we have number one, the right size of the what substring, right? So if that size is equal to k, if it is equal to k, now we can change what's our minimum, right? Or we can, try and update it, right? So if our minimum is going to be min of min, right? And then also what's the number of whites that we do have here, right? So basically do all that before I write. And once we are done with our entire while loop, all we want to do is then return what I mean. So that's it. And passing for the first two test cases, this easy sliding window method, 94%, beating 94% of people. If you do not really know this for sure, I think it's just you do not know the sliding window method, sorry, for sure. I think this is a very good question to start on. And trying solving other sliding window questions. I do have some on my site or on this platform, and I would like you guys take a look at them. I even have them in playlist, so I think it should be easier for you. And I'm very grateful for you picking this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.